Alright, had the Mayans, and before I start here, the civilization started in the Yucatan Peninsula, and then they spread like southeast to places like Honduras and northwest into Mexico. Okay, los mayas dominaron la península de Yucatán en la cintura de siete. La civilización descenso en la cintura de 10. Los mayas estudiaron astronomía y matemáticas. Ellos tuvieron un sistema de letra. Los mayas siguen viviendo hoy en día. Okay, their idea of beauty, what they would do was they would press boards onto their babies' foreheads. It would grow flattened, and they would dangle objects in front of their eyes so that they would become permanently cross-eyed. And I'm not sure what the cultural significance of it was, but that was just their idea of childhood beauty. Okay, their doctors were called shamans, and they would stitch wounds with human hair, and they would fill teeth with iron pyrite. They also used painkillers. Sacrifice, it still happens today, except they replace human blood with chicken blood, and elements of prayer, offerings, blood, burning of copal, incense, dancing, feasting, and ritual drinking continue in traditional ceremonies. They had saunas. They were called sumpal che, or sweat baths. They were meant for the infirm and for women who just went through childbirth, and it wasn't uncommon for a Maya king to visit these daily. I didn't want to touch this subject, but it became unavoidable. And okay, it does not predict the end of the world in December of 2012. I'll explain that soon. It works in cycles or ages. So far, we're in the 4th one right now, and the 5th one starts on December 20th, 2012. So how we celebrate the new year is similar to how they celebrate these new ages, and the world doesn't end on every New Year's Eve. Did I just skip one there? Oh, I did. Okay. They collapsed during the 8th and 9th centuries, and nobody is certain as to why, but there are some theories out there, including overpopulation, invasion, revolt, lost trade routes, natural disaster, epidemic, and climate change. And plus you can tell by how massive their structures were and how much there were throughout the Yucatan Peninsula. It kind of seems like they built more than they had, the resources they had available. They just kept building and building, and eventually they didn't have anything left to build with. So that about covers it.